Good afternoon, Professor and classmates. I am Radwa Mohammad, and today I'll review the introductory chapter, Chapter 1 and 2. So without further ado, let's get started. MIS can be defined in two ways, as a discipline and as a system. As a discipline, MIS studies people because they use computers, technology, organizations, mostly those that have many operations and information systems, and the relationship between all three of them. As a system, MIS is composed of a system and information part, which is made up of the mixture of hardware, which is the physical part of the computing device, software, which is the programs and the codes and all that, and infrastructure, which is like, for example, wireless network, and trained personnel. And the second part is the management part, where they combine and organize all the systems and information to facilitate planning, coordinating, controlling, and decision-making in the organization. So what exactly is the importance of MIS and why do we need it? Well, when information technology supports your strategy, which is where you want to reach, and your strategy is based on technology, and your strategy is also aligned with the business processes, and business processes is obviously how you want to reach your goal, and all those three are aligned together, you will reach the desired results. Moving on to chapter 1, why should we study information system? Well, you benefit more when you understand the magic behind IT applications. So for example, when you try to take a picture and your phone would say storage full, you'll understand why it's saying that. You'll understand that when you take a picture, the photo is being created and then saved and then deposited in the storage, and obviously your device does not have unlimited storage, so you'll be able to solve the problem and using the information that you have and the knowledge that you have. And you can also provide valuable input. So if you know what a software does or what a device does, you can solve business problems just by being an informed user and a person who studied MIS. One reason why managing information resources is difficult and complex is that information systems have strategic values to the organization. So for example, organizations such as AUS or Emirates Airlines would obviously be negatively impacted and have their operations jeopardized if their website stopped working for some reason, or they decided to cancel or delete their website, even though they are not MIS companies. So and also information systems are very expensive to buy and to use and to keep and to maintain and whatnot. The business process is basically taking data, which are digitized facts, process them and put them into structure to have information, which is later used to gain knowledge that will help us solve real-life business problems. There are different types of computer-based information systems, such as functional area information system, and they support the activities within a specific functional area, like a single functional area. For example, the marketing FAIS or finance FAIS and so on. However, there are information systems that support the entire organization, such as the ERP systems that provide communication between different FAISs, or the TP system that support real-time collection and storage of data. For example, when you are at the checkout in any store, the item that is being scanned is removed immediately from the stock list and added to the sold item list. In this very important structure, we have the IT infrastructure at the very bottom, and it allows all other systems to work. It's made up of three parts: the IT components, which are the actual things that are enabling softwares and systems to run, and the trained personnel, which make sure all the systems are interconnected and they work together nicely, and the IT services, which is a combination of the two. Then we have the transaction processing systems, which process the transactions and sends them where they belong. Above it, we have the enterprise resource planning systems, which is basically all the FAISs and connected and bound together. So you can have even more than 5 FAISs. Finally, we have the business intelligence system dashboard, which is a system that takes information from all those mentioned systems and provide us with the insights that are presented, so like we would understand and see what's going on in the organization. Does IT impact organizations? Yes, because it changed the managers, mostly the middle managers' jobs, because decision making is the main managerial responsibility, and obviously IT changes the way they make the managers make decisions, and the time it takes for managers to make decisions. And yes, a lot of people lost their jobs, or like a lot of jobs were eliminated because humans are being replaced by robots, IT, and machines because of competitive advantage. But however, IT also opened a lot of new jobs that require more employees with the needed skills, needed IT skills. Okay, so moving on to chapter 2, we have single functional area BPs and cross-functional BPs, which are BPs that are not fully under the responsibility of a single functional area. And information system has an important role in supporting BPs in executing the processes, such as providing needed data and information personnel with required information to complete their tasks, capturing and storing process data, such as providing immediate real-time feedback, and monitoring process performance, such as evaluation on the process level, where we evaluate the overall performance, like for example, are we doing everything efficiently and correctly or not, and the instance level, where we focus on a particular moment and function. So what is the difference between Bpr and Bpi? Well, Bpr is redesigning and renovating an organization's BPs to be more efficient and successful. It uses the clean slate approach, which is thinking as if what we have is not good and we need to break it completely, disregard it all, and redesign it or rebuild it all over again. Whereas Bpi is an incremental approach to improve the BPs to optimize performance of BP-centered operations. And here is a detailed table that differentiates between Bpi and Bpr. BPM is a management system that combines software capabilities and business expertise throughout people, system, and information to support continuous improvement of BPs and support innovation and creativity. So when an organization is faced with business pressures, they need to choose the correct organizational response in order to overcome the obstacle. For example, a market pressure could be global economy and strong competition. The response can be customer focus and service, personalization powered by technology, such as online points to get special discounts, for example. Technology pressure could be technological innovation, and the response can be using business intelligence and trying to market your innovation in areas in the market where you know people would be interested in your new innovation and technology. And societal, political, and legal pressures could be compliance with government regulations, and an organization response could be that better data management, for example, government forcing websites to ask users if they accept cookies or not, and so on. Porter's competitive forces model analyzes the 5 forces to allow us to understand the competitive market we are part of, in order to use the right competitive strategy and business approach that is best for our competitive advantage. So it's made up of 5 forces, obviously. Threat of entry of new competitors. It will be high if there's easy entry with no barriers, such as digital businesses. And it will be low if there were high barriers to entry, such as creating a new car company, for example. And that's very costly and needs a lot of capital and resources. Okay, so buying power of suppliers depend on the amount of suppliers that you can get supplies from. The more suppliers, the higher the power, and vice versa. Bargaining power of buyers and customers is the same idea as suppliers, but it's customers instead. Threat of substitute products or services would be low if there are many. Threat of substitute products or services would be high if there are many alternatives to your products, such as smartphones. However, it will be low if there are few alternatives to your products, such as water or clothes. Finally, rivalry among existing firms within the industry would be high if there was high competition with many players, for example, the car industry. And it would be low if there are few competitors in the market, like the telecommunication companies in the UAE, where Etisalat and Do are the only ones in the market, in the industry. Porter's value chain model is a series of activities where inputs become outputs with value. Those activities are primary activities, which are activities you can know the exact time and place and moment of, and they're related to production, operation, marketing and sales, and so on. And the support activities, that are activities that work all over the place and they are hard to pinpoint. You cannot know exactly which functional area or where is it going on. Such as the administration and management, HR management, R&D. So support activities support the competitive advantage of the organization. So together, support activities and primary activities add value to the organization. We have different engineering strategies for competitive advantage, which are cost leadership, which focuses on selling at the lowest cost possible, such as Nokia. Differentiation focuses on offering products or services that have different features than the rest, such as Samsung phone with the pen or iPhone 12 with different colors. Innovation is introducing new or existing products with new technology that your competitors cannot provide, such as Apple's iOS or Apple with the 3 cameras. Operational effectiveness is having the organization execute its internal BPs in a more effective method than its competitors, whether it's improving quality, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, such as Samsung phone's battery life. Finally, customer orientation concentrates on making your customer happy and satisfied, which is basically what Apple does with their customers.